Hi, and welcome to Who Rocks New Mexico. I'm Richard Holcomb. Each week, we get up close and personal with the companies that rock New Mexico and take you behind the scenes to get the story behind the story. We'll talk to Kevin Goodrow of DPW Solar and discover why more homes, businesses, and communities are tapping into the sun. Then we'll head down south to the oil fields of the Permian Basin to see how New Mexico's oil and gas industry is making for a healthy economy. And be sure to join us for another adventure on our Travel Guide New Mexico moment. But first, let's meet David Perry of Golden Eagle Design and see how bath and kitchen fixtures have really become a home improvement art form.
Golden Eagle started back in the 60s and early 70s, but then in '92 in our Taos location we had room for a showroom, and I opened up that location myself, so we built a showroom in up there. Then in the early 2000s in Santa Fe, and we built our showroom there at that office. So we opened the first Golden Eagle here in Albuquerque in 2005. We moved over to this location in November of 2009.
As our plumbers come in, they want to see or have different choices for their customers, as opposed to just chrome one style. And they'd ask us what we'd have. We'd have to pull out boxes and, well, is this what we're looking for? They'd say no. So it came to mind that if we had stuff displayed out, so you have the different colors, the different fixtures, they can see what they want. So showroom was thought of and we did it.
We have always, that was our primary focus when we started, was we would always do our best to have the very best products available for our contractors and their customers, but also provide the very best service. And that's been a philosophy that is passed on to all of our employees. And the majority of our employees all start in the same place. We all start in the warehouse, pulling orders, driving trucks, delivering product. And you learn about taking care of customers at that point. This is what we do. This is our lifeblood. We've been here for 54 years concentrating on this part of it. We're not a Lowe's or Home Depot that sells lumber or flowers or electrical. We sell plumbing and heating fixtures and appliances to make lives simple and easier.
Another thing we do is we get into the different ADA compliant pieces, whether it's the sinks, we have the toilets, showers. Reason we got into that is because people don't want just a hospital look, just stainless steel and white.
We have a very wide variety of different options and fixtures to where people can design a room around their lifestyle, and Golden Eagle is the best place that you can get plumbing and heating fixtures.
A lot of places rock our state too. Here's another Travel Guide New Mexico moment. Ghost Ranch is a 21,000-acre retreat and educational center located in Rio Arriba County in north central New Mexico on landscape immortalized by Georgia O'Keeffe. Well, Karen, this is really a thrill for me. I think most of us who are lovers of Georgia O'Keeffe appreciate what happens here at Ghost Ranch, but we really don't understand how she came up with the ideas for what she painted, nor do we understand what it took for her to get here way back in the early mid-30s.
Well, she came here to Ghost Ranch in 1934, and it was difficult to get here because everything was dirt roads in New Mexico. But she was determined because she'd heard so much about Ghost Ranch and how beautiful it is here. And so she worked her way here by herself one day in her little car. She had a 1929 Model A Ford.
And I know you have some great ways of showing us how she painted what we're seeing today. So let's take a look at some of those pieces.
Okay. This is one of O'Keeffe's first paintings that she did here at Ghost Ranch. It's called Lavender Hill Forms. It was painted in 1934, and this is what it looks like today. And this painting is called Purple Hills Ghost Ranch 2, and it was painted in the same period of time in August of 1934. But you can see that after a good rain, it changes the colors, they get saturated, and she made changes too. This painting is called Cedar Tree with Lavender Hills and was painted in 1937. I think it's interesting to note that O'Keeffe included these hills in the background that she did in her 1934 painting, but added this cedar tree that's still standing here today. I keep thinking the cows are going to knock it over in the winter, but there it is.
Dinosaurs roamed here millions of years before we arrived, and their fossils are regularly being uncovered. When we think of Ghost Ranch, a lot of times we think about photography and we think about paintings. But Ghost Ranch is a lot more than that, and I bet you didn't know that the official state fossil comes from Ghost Ranch. And I'll bet most people didn't even know that we had an official state fossil. So Alex, tell us a little bit about the state fossil.
Well, the state fossil of New Mexico is a little dinosaur that goes up to about 100 pounds. And it's the oldest dinosaur in North America that we have whole skeletons of. It's called Coelophysis.
Tell us a little bit about Coelophysis and what you've learned about it.
Well, Coelophysis is a meat-eating dinosaur, and it apparently lived in packs. There have been hundreds of them found together at Ghost Ranch.
Tell us a little bit about some of the classwork that you do with kids. It was fun watching you this morning working with these kids.
Yeah, we were working with the activities groups here at Ghost Ranch, where people that come and take seminars, their kids do different activities during the day. Especially in the springtime, we have school groups here, and we do activities both in anthropology and paleontology.
And what about us old folks that come out here? Can we get into paleontology too and search for fossils?
Yeah, we have 2 seminars a year, one in June and one in October, where we go out and collect fossils.
If you're looking for a spiritual retreat, Ghost Ranch is the place to visit.
Casa del Sol is our spirituality retreat center, and it's a high desert spirituality retreat that we offer for people who are seeking private retreats or group retreats, looking to maintain or grow their spiritual development. The reason I'm whispering is we are now at a time of quiet time and reflection time that we offer every afternoon at Casa del Sol. It's from 2 o'clock till 4:30, and people can rest or meditate or go to the prayer labyrinth or read or nap or whatever they need to do to find quiet time in their lives to discern what they need to think about at this time in their lives.
For those of you looking for a little adventure, you can saddle up and ride horses through this magnificent landscape.
Horseback riding at Ghost Ranch is really one of the delights that we offer. It goes back to the legacy of when we started as a dude ranch in the early 1920s. And we offer it year-round. You can come here, just anybody. You don't have to be a lodging guest or a program participant, but people can call in and make a reservation to go horseback riding, and you get to go out on this incredible landscape that we have that is truly one of a kind in New Mexico.
And if you decide that you need a water fix, head out on Abiquiu Reservoir. It's part of the 21,000-acre Ghost Ranch and a great place to learn how to kayak. Well, thanks, Linda, to you and your staff for showing us such a great time here at Ghost Ranch.
You're so welcome.
And we'll be back. And for all of you, it was great watching the kids today, too, and learning how they said paleontologists, which they do a better job of than I do. So make sure that Ghost Ranch is on your travel plans. And when you come out here, plan on staying a couple of nights. Take a couple of classes. Enjoy the beauty and the nights and watch the stars. They're absolutely phenomenal. Make sure that Ghost Ranch is on your travel plans for another adventure in the land of enchantment. Up next, meet Kevin Goodrow, Vice President of DPW Solar, and find out why solar energy is such a hot topic and what it means for you.
What every child deserves.
To be safe in our home.
Food and clothes.
Not to be hurt.
A good education.
To grow up with our brothers and sisters.
To be loved, valued, and respected.
El Ranchito is a loving and stable children's home where brothers and sisters can live together as they grow into adulthood or until they can be reunited with their families. With your help, El Ranchito de los Niños will continue its mission for years to come. Learn how you can help. Call us today.
Have you ever dreamed of being the wind, flying through places you've never been before? With the Pueblo Balloon Company of Taos, you'll not only fly above the ground, but 650 feet below ground level too, right into the Rio Grande Gorge. This spectacular adventure is sought after by people all over the world, and you need only travel to Taos. For this ride of a lifetime, call the Pueblo Balloon Company in Taos at 575-751-9877 or online at puebloballoon.com. Come, fly with us.
This month at Frost Mortgage, we are offering our clients 3.5% 30-year fixed-rate mortgages. Do you have a 3.5% mortgage? If not, call Frost Mortgage and get one.
Hi, I'm Doug Wilson.
And I'm Jerry Wilson.
And we're owners of American Tire and Service. And whether you're a customer of ours, a future customer of ours, you're very important to us and part of our family. We build our business on satisfied clients, those who live close to our location and those who drive great distances, all because of our professional service, our honesty, and the quality of work we perform. Here at American Tire, you can count on expert care from our exceptional team with innovative equipment and technology. So when you need us for a simple oil change, routine maintenance, or when that little light comes on, you'll know that we'll do the right thing the right way the first time. I've been helping people like you for more than 40 years. We're locally owned and proud to serve you. Ask for me by name, Doug Wilson, when you come in. I'd love to meet you.
American Tire and Service on Highway 528 between Southern and Northern. The only guys for you.
We're at Mountain West Sales this morning with Jim Lyle, and this is your Quadrifier headquarters. And Jim, you've got a great new website, very important for your business today, right?
Yes, we just launched it. It's mountainwestsales.net. You can find great information on anything you could see here in the showroom, but even greater detail right from the comfort of your own home. And I especially want to direct people to the hot deals section on the homepage. We've got a couple events coming up in the next few months that are going to be big savings.
Big savings, and Quadrifier is part of that. mountainwestsales.net.
You got it.
This is where many songs become one, and life dances in perfect rhythm. This is everyday life when it's embraced by the extraordinary. Like no place you've ever been before. This is Albuquerque.
Rising energy costs and living in a state with 300 days a year of sunshine makes solar energy a very hot topic.
DPW Solar is a full-service solar electric company. We manufacture racking structures here for the entire world, and we install complete turnkey solar electric systems in the state of New Mexico. We have over 27,000 square feet of office and production space. We've been in business since 1993. We have more knowledge, more experience, and we have installed more systems than any other solar electric company in New Mexico. A lot of people with a lot of different skill sets work together at DPW Solar to design and build the best solar electric systems in New Mexico for our customers. There's many reasons that a homeowner should consider solar electric power for their home. One is that it stabilizes the price of their electricity. It also increases to the value of their home and makes it much easier to sell when and if they sell their home. Other reasons to think about solar electric power is that our electric bill continues to escalate. We've seen a 21% increase in the last 5 years. There are tremendous federal and state tax credits available for customers who install solar electric systems. Additionally, in the state of New Mexico, our customers do not have to pay gross receipts tax on their purchase of this asset. And the typical payoff today for a residential system is 8 to 9 years. What this means is it actually eliminates your electric bill. In some instances and some months, you will receive a check from your utility company.
One thing I really love about my DPW Solar is this Sunny Web box. This connects to the internet and my solar system and allows me to view my production of my solar system via an app on my smartphone.
Well, the best part of having a solar system is getting a check back from the utility company each month. And again, it's the internal rate of return.
DPW Solar has installed probably 50 to 60 large-scale commercial projects. About 60% of our revenue last year was from commercial installations. When we're analyzing a commercial installation, we typically will get a 14-month history of their utility bill. In addition, we'll Google Earth the building to see how appropriate it is to put solar panels on it. Then we'll determine the number of modules and the kilowatt size of the array, and we'll analyze it in an economic model for the customer. Typically on a commercial installation, we're seeing between 4 and 6 years as a return on this customer's investment.
What you're seeing here is the Fire Training Academy of the City of Albuquerque. This is a 240 kilowatt photovoltaic array. Produces between 1.2 megawatt hours and 1.9 megawatt hours. This is a ground mount which we made into a carport structure.
One of the advantages DPW Solar has is our manufacturing capabilities. We're able to modify a standard rack to a custom rack, and it gives our installation team a distinct competitive advantage. And our team of engineers actually will custom design racking structures specifically for the buildings that our integration or installation team are working on. Remote autonomous power systems are locations that have no electric grid power. Almost every remote system that we install, either telecommunication, remote home system, it's an economic decision made by the business or the customer. It's cheaper to put in a solar electric system than to extend the electric line to the home. There's a lot of pockets within New Mexico and other areas in the country where they're surrounded by national forest or tribal land, and they will not allow the electric power to be pulled into those small communities. So most of the folks living in that area have solar electric systems. Some of them will entirely run their home off of generators, but they find in short order that putting in a solar electric system will ultimately save them money, and their break-even point is sometimes as low as 1 year.
I'm a local contractor here. We built this house about 12 years ago, and DPW put in the system at about that time. It's been tremendous. I always tell people when I'm giving them a tour that they could live here for years and not know that it's an off-grid house, that it's worked very well.
If you have an interest or a need in solar electric power, we do free on-site analysis, and you also can go to our website, dpwsolarelectric.com.
DPW Solar rocks! New Mexico's black gold means jobs and a large part of New Mexico's revenue. We're here at Mountain West Sales, your Heatolator fireplace insert headquarters with Jim Lyle. And Jim, if you've got a drafty, cold old fireplace, you can take care of that, right?
That's absolutely right. So many people have fireplaces they can't use, they're inefficient, they're cold, they're drafty. We can put an insert in there, either pellet, wood, or gas, and turn that fireplace into a real heat source.
Mountain West Sales, your Albuquerque Heatolator headquarters, 2718 University Northeast. Call 888-4464 today.
When you're purchasing a property, one thing that's huge is peace of mind. When you're a buyer, there's a lot of new things. You might be a first-time home buyer. You might be somebody that's buying for the third, fourth, or fifth time. Every transaction is handled differently.
The Myers Group has been a real pleasure to work with. Joe went to work and he nailed it perfectly and helped us get the deal closed, and we moved into the house just a week ago Monday.
When you're purchasing a property, how to open escrow, how to make offers, what's normal, what's customary. You need to know that you're getting the right financing, the right deal. And you need to know the difference between resale, new construction, everything else that's out there, all your options. When we represent you, we're your eyes and ears. We're the ones out there. When that property hits the market, if you're out of state, you're not available, you're at work, we can go out there, shoot those photos for you, shoot that video, that YouTube video, email it to you so that way you don't miss out. So if you're in the market for buying or selling a property, keep the Myers Group in mind. I guarantee you we'll add value to your life.
If your lease is about to run out in your current office and you're looking for some exquisite office space, we have just the thing for you right here in Rio Rancho. Let's take a look. 3791 Southern Boulevard in Rio Rancho represents an outstanding value in office space in the heart of Rio Rancho's business district with clean and versatile space available. 3791 Southern Boulevard is just west of Rio Rancho Boulevard, that's New Mexico 528, and is very easy to get to. 3791 Southern Boulevard is a two-story office building and offers good visibility with signage opportunities for tenants. There is plenty of space available in the building for general office users, as well as medical users, and ample parking is provided at no additional charge. For more information about 3791 Southern, contact Dan Newman or Debbie Dupes at 505-837-4999.
Hi. I just saw Robert Wagner on television reading a script about reverse mortgages. You know, Robert doesn't know anything about reverse mortgages, but I do. Every month at Frost Mortgage, we loan hundreds of thousands of dollars to seniors to eliminate their mortgage payments for the rest of their lives. How much better would your life be if you didn't have a mortgage payment to make next month? If you're 62 or older, give us a call and we'll show you how this wonderful mortgage program works.
Let's meet Steve Henke and Wally Drangmeister with the New Mexico Oil and Gas Association and get an inside look at this very important and fascinating industry.
New Mexico's oil and gas industry is proud of the role we play in the overall success of our state. This industry supports nearly 30,000 high-paying jobs, and every single day, New Mexico Oil and Gas brings more than $6 million in taxes and royalties to the state of New Mexico and local governments. These dollars support public schools, state universities, and other government services across the state, and lower the tax burden for every New Mexican.
One of New Mexico's major oil and gas producing regions is right here in the Permian Basin. The Permian Basin is in and around the towns of Roswell, Artesia, Hobbs, Lovington, and Carlsbad. The majority of New Mexico's oil is produced in this region. The first wells were drilled in this area in the 1920s. Recent improvements in exploration, drilling, and well completion technology have added spectacular new growth and activity to the area. A company playing a big part in New Mexico's oil business is McVeigh Drilling. Their crews keep plenty busy drilling wells throughout the Permian Basin from southeast New Mexico into West Texas.
Since the middle of 2009, McVeigh Drilling has been running at almost 100% capacity. We're drilling for small independent oil companies as well as big, well-known companies. Over the past year, I'd say we've drilled almost 60 wells. That means we're keeping a lot of people employed. 30 workers for each rig that we operate, and up to 50 indirect jobs for every well that we drill. Probably 95% of our wells are drilled horizontally. Horizontal drilling allows us to drill down several thousand feet and then curve the borehole to drill horizontally for up to 2 miles. The producing area is then treated with a process called hydraulic fracturing.
Hydraulic fracturing, or fracking, has been used safely in the state of New Mexico for more than 50 years. In areas where oil exists in very dense, solid rock, we inject a solution that is mostly water and sand along with some special additives under high pressure. The water opens small fractures in the rock, and the sand wedges in these fractures, keeping them open to allow the oil and gas to flow. Because of horizontal drilling and hydraulic fracturing, we're seeing great numbers of productive wells being drilled every month in southeast New Mexico. And all companies now report what's in the hydraulic fracturing fluid to state regulators for every well that is treated.
Protecting the environment, groundwater, and human health are part of everyone's job in the oil and gas industry. Today's oil and gas industry takes great care in locating our well pads where there will be the least amount of disturbance to plants and wildlife. We avoid areas such as the Shinnery Oak Dunes, which are home to the dune sagebrush lizard, and we avoid areas where lesser prairie chickens mate. In fact, in prairie chicken habitat, we even cease drilling operations during the mating season.
One of the major safeguards in protecting the environment and the groundwater is proper well construction. Construction methods like this and regulatory inspections are important factors that help us to safely drill, hydraulically fracture, and operate the wells.
Once an oil well is drilled, it can operate for years, even decades. And with good stewardship, the productive life of an oil field can be extended. We can learn more at the East Vacuum facility near Hobbs.
We are here at our East Vacuum Grayburg San Andreas CO2 plant. Here at the East Vacuum, we are in third stage recovery, which is where we actually pump carbon dioxide in the ground for third stage recovery. First, we capture and separate the oil, gas, and produced water at our central tank battery. The gas and carbon dioxide are then compressed and re-injected back into the field in a series of injection wells. After that, the carbon dioxide is then recirculated in a continuous process. This technology extends the life of the oil fields and enables us to produce higher quantities of oil for a longer period of time.
As you can see, the oil and gas industry is dependent on the rocks of New Mexico, but it's also an industry that rocks New Mexico. Our communities and each and every one of us benefit from New Mexico oil and gas.
The economic impact of the oil and gas industry in southeastern New Mexico has been tremendously positive. Employment is up, local tax revenue's up, and there's an ever-growing vibrancy in those of us living in this part of the state. Families, small businesses, contractors, you name it.
We are all very proud of the contributions oil and gas make toward education in New Mexico. Oil and gas revenues benefit every public school, college, and university all across the state, including our own New Mexico Junior College right here in Hobbs. In addition to the impact that oil and gas industries have on local commerce, our oil and gas businesses are among our top leaders in local civic affairs. They are very generous in time, talent, and treasure toward local causes and community activities.
We're very grateful for the people working in the oil and gas industry and the positive impact they have on their communities and the entire state of New Mexico.
Well, that's Who Rocks for this week. If you'd like to watch any of our Who Rocks segments and find out how your business or organization can rock New Mexico, we invite you to go online to whorocksnm.com. I'm Richard Holcomb, inviting you to join us again next week for another Who Rocks New Mexico. Have a great week, everybody.